I'm ready.
It is in progress. Hey, I'm Ken Rakowski, Sandy Grigsby. Welcome to our hour of communication, and hanging out. So Sandy.
Yes, that's my name.
I've been thinking
I'm glad you get it right. Because people try to call me Sandra, other things, Sammy. Everyone calls me Sammy. My name is not Sammy. I'm Sandy, and I'm not Sandra, and I'm not Sandra. So if you think my name is Sandra and you call me that, I will ignore you, and I will not pay any bills that come to a Sandra.
How good are you at manipulating men?
Depends on what I'm manipulating them for.
How good are you?
I'm really good.
Yeah, you're really good.
Yeah.
Pretty simple creatures or no?
Yes. Very simple. No offense, guys. It's a good thing. You want to be simple.
Yeah, because Sandy always goes, "Wait a minute." I go, "You're very complex."
Yeah.
I didn't say complicated, but complex. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
So what I decided to do, and it started last night, we were having this incredible conversation with this girl who's gone through all kinds of relationship issues.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that us guys, as long as you have the right formula, and you've done very well with the formula, if you give it to men, they are like puppies. And I'm not just talking about in a relationship, but in business also.
100%.
Okay. And it's kind of like this formula, but I wanted you to read my list.
All right.
And go after it.
Let's
you up
do
for this?
it. I'm ready.
You can't cheat and move forward. So you want me to pull it up on my phone?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to make them big font and big text as if you're a 95-year-old person.
Mm-hmm.
So you look at one each. So I'm calling this is what men desperately need. And by the way, everyone there, jump in, hang out. Good to have you here, Ian. It's good to see you there too. So the first one is, are you ready?
Ready.
Read it.
Praise him. That's true.
Okay, and the need is?
The need to hear your approval and admiration. Satisfy it by complimenting him regularly.
Now explain.
So true.
I heard this.
All the guys are like,
you said this last night, actually, while you're on the phone with this person. Explain that. And this is, again, not in a relationship, yes, but even in a connection point, it's important.
Mm-hmm.
So when you, let's say you meet a guy for the very, very first time and you want to connect with him, let's just say, I'm going to throw out an idea. Let's pretend it's a chiropractor. And you hear it's a world famous chiropractor.
That's true.
You walk up to the chiropractor and what do you do right away?
Well, I introduce myself
Hi,
and I
Sandy.
ask their name. Hello, so nice to meet you.
And then what do you do?
And then I pause and then I look at them and I find something about the person that I find to be unique, beautiful, interesting, fascinating, whatever it is. Him, I happen to find he had really nice eyes. So he's pulling up an actual scenario that just happened.
Because I saw it happen. I watched it happen.
And it worked like magic, right?
Right. And what do? You said.
But it's not like I pre-think this. I already know how to do this. It just comes instinctually. It was a podiatrist.
Yeah. And what'd you do?
So immediately I said, "You have amazing eyes. They are the most unique color I've seen." He goes, "I do?" I go, "Yeah, and there's a little fleck of brown that's mirrored on both eyes. That's so interesting. I've never seen that before." No one's ever told me. Nobody. You must be really into eyes. Are you into any names? Some sort of like science? And I was like, "No, I'm not familiar with that. I just noticed." "Well, how do you notice my eyes?" "I'm in photography." "Wow. Oh, I like photography." Boom. Open floodgates. That moment, we got an appointment with him then and there. He's like, "Follow me home. I'll look at your feet." And then he took us shopping and he gave us gifts. It was great.
But just that little scenario, you paid attention, you complimented, you praised him.
Yep.
It lowered his defensive mechanism.
Yep.
And it allowed him to lean in.
100%.
Now you did that at a professional level. How about in our relationship? How do you do this to me?
You know, I do this to you all the time. Same thing. You just have to tell your men and the guys, this goes for you too. Your partner. This is just for the masculine. It's not necessarily guys, but the masculine. What you admire about them. So, or what you appreciate about them. So
praise them.
I appreciate when you X, Y, and Z. Like today, Ken did something awesome. We were at the gym and I had to use the toilet really quickly before getting on one of the elliptical machines. And there are only 2 elliptical machines in the whole gym. So if you don't jump on those things, they're gone for 45 minutes to an hour. So there was one available, I put my little towel on my thing, and I ran off to go to the restroom. And when I came back, Ken was like standing by the door, and as soon as he saw me, he ran off to go to the restroom. And I realized that he was watching my thing. And I was like,
And she praised me. She
"Aw."
said, thank you so much. I noticed that.
And because I said that, I don't even think he realized it, because he came back and I told him he got that smile that he gets when he's really happy, like the little dog. And that happened for a flash.
Okay, it's interesting because that would go into my number 2.
Okay.
My number 2 is,
Ooh, make him feel like a hero. That's important.
right? The need is,
To feel needed,
right?
and relying on him through tough times. That's important.
Right, do you agree with that?
Yeah.
So when a man feels like he's a hero, it makes him feel needed.
So guys, let me explain how that works in the workplace, or how your wives do it. When they make something seem like it was your idea and it was a really great idea.
Mhm.
I see it go. Justin's like, wait a minute. Oh, damn. Yes, she did it to you. Mighty Paul was done to you. Alan, you. Sammy, you. Phoenix, you. For sure, Phoenix. I see it. So Levi knows what I'm talking about. She got that grin.
Yeah,
on her
but it's
face.
true. It's true.
Mhm.
So, but I want to make sure, I put a lot of time into this since yesterday.
Yes.
Okay, I went in my little dungeon and thought about these things. So, oh, there we go. Hello. Thank you, Phoenix, for bringing on your girl. That's awesome. Congratulations. You two are getting married. Is that it? Yes.
Yeah, we're engaged.
You have
Nice.
an amazing man, by the way. I got to hang out with him yesterday. Incredible guy. Honored to have
he
him.
is.
That's
Yeah,
Sequoia.
It is. Hey, how's it going?
It's a very strong name. All right,
You've got cool names on here. Salivaya, Sequoia, Aredna. Sheesh.
Justin. Okay.
Feels so boring.
All right, number 3.
All right. Allow him to be vulnerable.
But keep on reading. Now, the need is, so what I did is I broke it down into a need and how it satisfies him by that. So the
Okay.
need is,
To have a safe space for his emotions and to satisfy it by being there for him and helping him heal. That's actually really important. I think a lot of the feminine women don't allow men to be vulnerable. They give them that man up. You need to be a man. Ooh. I remember when I was younger, my mom told me that she wasn't attracted to a man if he cried. I remember she told me that when I was like 15 or 16. And then I thought about it. And then I had men in my life that cried. And then I lost my attraction for them. And I couldn't figure it out until years later why it was. Because in that moment, I didn't see them as being vulnerable. I saw them as being weak.
that's not the same.
So it's not the same. So
No.
allowing a man to be vulnerable means if he wants to say something to you that is hurting him or that is affecting him in some way, he should be open and available to saying it.
Or, and I didn't put it in here, but also emotionally connected in a positive way. So we were laying in bed yesterday and you just said something and I started getting tears in my eyes because I go, that's my partner.
Yeah.
I am so honored to be with her. And it's, we've all gone through shit ass relationships, crap ass relationships. And when we find the right one, we should celebrate that moment. And it's like I came to that point, I celebrate this. And I just,
And in that moment, I didn't see him as weak because I was allowing
you
him to
called
be
me a
vulnerable.
pussy. You said you
No, I
pussy.
didn't.
Stop the man
I did
up.
not.
Okay.
It's discussing what men want and need
For other
in
things.
relationships and how women react to it.
Are you talking to us, Ellen? What are you doing?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I was just giving my wife a heads up as to what I was engaged in
Ah,
and the what men want and women's reaction to those
said it
needs.
you had a very deep voice as if somebody was paying you to talk to them.
Yes. You were
Yeah, but-
talking off into the side.
Yes. All right, so that's number 3. Now number 4.
All right. Respect him. The
Right.
need to feel your approval and trust, letting him be in charge of some things.
Okay, can we, no?
What?
Are you okay with these so far?
Yeah, these are awesome. 100%. So I did this workshop years ago and it was trying to help men and women find that harmony and be better support systems for each other. And one of the exercises was so awesome. So for you, do this with your partner. You don't have a partner, it's okay. You can find someone and practice this with. This is so cool. So what you do is you go on a date. The key is be masculine in the relationship. So whoever's the lead, the man, has to make all the plans. That's really important.
It's like
So they have
every
to
day.
plan the location. They have to arrange the time to pick up. They have to keep track of the time. It's 2-hour date. 2 hours all you get. And keeping track of the time is really important. Now the female part has to release all control, which all the ladies here are cringing right now because control is like our holy ground. What do you mean release all the control? So that means you cannot say a word about what time it's going to be, where you're going, what you're going to do, none of that. You have to relinquish all control. Then when you go on your date, the only thing the woman can say, so the female in the situation can say, is obviously besides conversation, but if something's going right or something's going wrong, are sounds. So the female, if she loves it, is, oh, she can purr, she can rub up, she can do anything like that, but it can only be conveyed in a sound.
Okay,
And if she does not like it,
what do you do?
it's also a sound, but it's like,
No.
swear to God, she has to hiss like a cat. Think of females like the feline, right? Or she can go, anything like that. That's the counter sound. I know it sounds hilarious. You should see people on dates. It's hilarious when you have two people and she's like, right? So the hissing can come at any time the man or the male part does something wrong. So the masculine. So picking the wrong restaurant. She can walk up to it and go, and the guy, that's his sign that she doesn't like it. She doesn't say, I hate this restaurant, why would you take me here? None of that, because that's coming across as nagging. So just the hissing. And then if you're having a conversation and she doesn't like where it's going, she can,
Really?
and that's a cue that he needs to change direction.
Oh,
Yes, Mighty Paul.
Well, you said the cue for change direction. So if I walked up and the hissing started before we got to the front door,
You better
And-
switch real quick and go somewhere else.
Yeet.
Or
That's what
get
it
on.
means. That's exactly what it means. Or if you're like, would you like to walk to the restaurant? And she goes, that's a yes. If she goes, okay, Uber. Yeah, that's how it rolls. And here's the clincher. At the end of the date must end perfectly on time. So if the guy is over, he didn't do it right. Because the thing is, when women are on dates with men, remember, we want to control. We're looking at the time. Okay, the restaurant, our reservation's at 7. It is 6:55, and we are 15 minutes away. We're going to be late. We're going to be late. So now women are anxious the whole time, and the guy's like, not paying attention. That
says the
allows
women
female-
says the women who are 45 minutes always late.
Yes, but that doesn't matter because we're primping and framing to be beautiful for you. Part of the experience, man. Part of the experience. So remember, everything a woman does in terms of getting ready is so you look good. You look good. Whether you think she looks good or not,
It's a way of saying
when
yes.
she's out with you, if she thinks she looks fly as all hell and her confidence is like up here and she's like, look at me, whether you think she looks good or not, if other people think she looks good, she's doing it for you. Guys, don't forget that. Doing it for you. Tell you
Horseshit.
I know what I'm talking about.
All right. Are we going on to number 5?
Yes.
I have a quick
All right.
question.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
If the woman's supposed to give up control, hissing
Mhm.
doesn't really seem like giving up control, though.
But that's her nudging you in the way of getting it adjusted and picking up on her signals. So the guys usually don't pick up on the signal of a woman. So what happens is she starts to nag and complain and I don't want to go here, can you go there? And that makes men crazy because then they have no control. While if she's hissing, she's giving you the signal, you're not making the right
But
choice,
you have to make it.
but
now.
you have to change it and you have the control of changing it and making the right choice. So it's about reading the signals from your woman. She's giving you really obvious ones. And the reason I'm saying that is a lot of females don't give you obvious signals. For example, a woman will say, or a female will say, where do you want to go to dinner? And then you'll go, oh, I love the sushi joint. Oh, okay.
That's a signal.
That's a signal that you, big time, she hates that sushi joint. She does not want to go to the sushi joint, but you're like, let's go. She said, okay. No, dude. She's like, so
This woman's institutionalized. She does that.
but it's what women do because they want to appease. They want to.
It's just a
make you
game,
happy.
Mighty Paul. You haven't seen your wife in what, 9 months or 13 months or something like that? you need to get trained again, buddy. Just saying,
The
okay?
best part was at the end of this exercise, in this workshop, the guru that was in charge of it all went and asked questions about it. And many of the people who were not in relationships but were partnered, they ended up dating. Like they had like an amazing time. And the ones who were in relationships, it was not good for them.
All right, number 5. And we
Because the
talk,
guys didn't pick up on the cues and the girls went, it was bad.
number 5, and we talk about this all the time.
Give him some space. That is so important. The need is to have some quiet time alone or reset, right? And being mindful of his time. Yes.
Man cave, guys.
Yeah. So,
Or retreats, or getting away, have a boys' night out.
yeah.
Do things like that. Guys need it. Just one,
So important.
and when you're newly dating or like that, you go, I don't want to leave
I love
you.
you, I wanna be with all
No,
of
get the
you
hell out.
today.
You need some time alone. And by the way, women too, but we're not talking about women today. Today's about the guy.
But it still relates back to women. So ultimately, women are, in a way, we're pack animals. Even if you think you're like, oh no, I'm so independent. They're like, no, women like to be around other women because women like to gossip and talk about stuff and compare things. Oh my God, how did you get your hair like that? Oh, I'm gonna try that. Oh, does that work? Oh, I love your dress. Where did you get it from? That's women, okay? So women need to be together. They like to shop together. They like to read together, work together, do things together. Problem is, they try to do that to their male partners or their masculine partner, and their partner needs the space.
Yeah, like we don't really like to watch Lifetime.
No.
That
And we're
is
like,
not
oh,
our
I
channel.
like that 'cause we need to talk about how great it
Oh,
is. And the guy's like,
God.
ah. So ideally, your masculine partner, you should always allow them to have their space. Just like ladies, we need our space too. You know what I'm talking about? We're like, we have to go in the bathroom and have our own time to primp and perf, make ours pretty. But guys need that too. So ideally, when a man comes home, give him his space instead of dumping all your stuff.
And that
on
was a
him.
conversation we had the other day because we had somebody that said, once he comes home, I have to tell him what's going on and all that. And he may not be ready. You know what? And us guys, we realize when you come home, if I'm prepared, it's like, all right, I'm opening up my bag, throw all your shit in there because I'm going to throw it out by the time you're done talking for the next 10 minutes.
Which is fine.
It is, but you have to hit me at the right time. If I have a
Totally.
phone on or I'm frustrated, I need a moment just to be ready.
Unless you agree that the moment he walks in the door is the right time for you to verbally diarrhea all into his bucket and then be done. So women like to just get things off their chest. Just want to tell the story. My girlfriend did this and she so totally hurt my feelings. I don't know why it hurt my feelings so much, but it did. And the guys just need to open the bucket, let it go in. Because once the woman gets it out, she doesn't need to say it again. She's like, hey, listen to me. I've been seen.
And
This
it's
is the
not like
greatest
a,
day.
it's not like a hard drive that you have to save all those details,
Nope.
by the way. Just throw it away.
Nope.
It's useless.
Nope.
It's garbage in,
And in the
garbage out.
future, when she goes, don't you remember I told you about my friend Susie and what she did?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. You might not have a clue who the hell Susie is, nor should
You
you
do
care.
that to me all the
But you're
time.
like, yeah.
Deborah. I don't know who the frick Deborah is.
And then I'm
but
like, oh, you don't remember I told you, and it goes on forever. If he just said,
Oh.
yeah, then I would have verbally diarrheaed. It would have been over within 3 minutes.
all right, we're at number 6 of 20. Okay, you ready?
Be physically affectionate. The
You-
need to experience non-sexual touch, caressing him every now and then. Guys love that. They're like puppies. Look at Ryan. Justin's like, yes, yes.
It's true, but it's true.
It's true. The crazy. And to know if your masculine is into touch, just see what they do to you.
Yeah.
Mhm. So you're working, you're a bit stressed out, you're trying to get stuff done, and all of a sudden they touch you and it makes you annoyed because you're trying to focus and they keep touching you. They're touchy-feely, touching back.
I do it all the time, especially if it's a really good meal. Like I'm eating something, oh, this is good. I'm going, does it feel good? Oh, because I'm enjoying this sensation here and I want to share it.
Yeah.
Don't touch me. Let me enjoy my food by myself. It's like, oh, it's so okay. And I have to like rub my leg by myself. I'm like,
So I sit on the other side.
I'm like arm masturbating to my arm because it feels so good. It just, oh, it tastes so good. Okay. That's but yeah, attention, right? All right, number 7. Good
on
list.
there with your phone there.
Here we go.
All right, reassure him you're in this for the long run. The need to have a sense of security and satisfied by building his trust in you.
The reason why I put this in, and this really goes into, I notice you do this also with your employees.
What do I do?
Hey, this is not just a temporary thing. If you work out, I'm going to give you a lot more, whatever, resources, and you build up there. I know this is not a short term because men are thinking way out here then too. In our relationship, and I don't know how you guys are, once you find that one person, it's like, I don't want to fuck around and look for somebody else anymore. I want to plant my everything here. And by you saying, hey, I'm done. If you do everything you say you're going to do, you got me for life.
Yep.
Right?
100%.
But you've given me rules.
Yeah.
You've given me rules. If you do this, I'm out of here.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right?
So that goes for the masculine and the feminine. It doesn't matter. You need to have your boundaries. So for me, I have a boundary that I just don't like to be tickled.
No, that is not it.
It is. I
I'm
set
still
that
gonna
one up a
tickle you.
long time
That is
ago.
not it. Okay,
No,
wait.
No, he
You got-
doesn't. He tries. He goes like this.
No.
And that's enough because I crack up just this.
This is, and it's a rifle, total, for me, I will never do. She goes, I will never see you again if you date your ex-girlfriend. It's like,
That's actually accurate.
of course. I mean, what an idiot if I would do that, right?
Yeah, why would you do that? Because
But you
so
establish that. So, and she hasn't texted me in a long time. Okay, so don't even, like, if she would even text me, it's like, I better not even answer that because that will lead down a path that would not secure my relationship with you. So it's like,
Only because she's evil. I mean, he texts his ex-wife all the time. She's cool. I don't
my
mind her.
ex-wife, yes, my
She comes and
ex-wife,
hangs out with us.
yeah, but not my ex-girlfriend. So I make sure I stay away from that. Okay, but
But you
but-
gotta have your boundaries, whether you're the masculine or feminine. Like I said, know what your absolute deal breakers are. What is going to end this relationship, and communicate that with your partner. Because if you don't set those boundaries and what that deal breaker is, or you flake on your own rules. So you say, for example, my boundary is you can, if you ever take money from me without asking, believe it or not, that happens, then it's over. I will not allow you to take money from me without letting me know. So if that's the deal and they always ask, you might get annoyed with them asking all the time, but at least you know that they're not going to break that. And if they do, you got to end it.
But the long run is really important because then we make future plans. You know,
Yes.
next month we're going to do this. Next year we'll do this. 10 years from now, wouldn't it be great to have these things? All these things to really create we're planting seeds so we grow something big.
Yes.
All right, that was number 7. Number 8.
Tell him it's okay if he makes a mistake. The need to feel accepted and supported, and satisfy it by giving him unconditional love and understanding. Yeah, guys, you make mistakes all the time.
Not
Kind of
often.
accepted that, but
Not
still.
often, but when we do, the rarity that we do.
Phoenix is like, what?
No, of course not. No. Well-
Never.
But when we do, we correct it. Everyone out there, I got to tell you this show, you haven't watched it yet. I can't binge it because I have to use it as my candy treat. If you have not watched Ted Lasso, watch Ted Lasso on Apple Plus.
Ted Lasso is his reason to go to the gym and work out on the cardio machines.
No, so is a whole bunch of other things. Mythos Quest is another show I watch. I'm just saying, so what we do every day is either if we find a movie we love, we go to the gym,
Jesus,
And-
sorry, hold on, guys.
the cat.
The
Oh my
cat.
God. So what we do is the dog and cat
No.
fight like crazy, okay? And we're saved the cat life. The cat's life has just been saved.
The dog was dragging the back of the cat's neck across the yard. The cat was like,
So what we do is we get a movie on the iPad and we both go on either the treadmill or the elliptical and we start it exactly at the same point.
it's so much fun.
So we know for the next half hour, we're looking at each other, we're laughing, or we do a series like Star Trek. We did Star Trek, right?
Yeah, and the best part is at the gym, we both go, oh, at the same time.
And people are looking, what the hell's going on with those two over there?
It's hilarious.
But when we do make mistakes, if you have a partner who goes, oh man, I told you that is going to go wrong. I told you so. It's like, ooh, you can't do that. You can't do that. And I had a relationship that was like that. And it was just always driving a nail into something. It just never
Yeah.
made any bed good. Okay. Number 9. This is so you. Remember,
Yeah, this one's so good.
I wrote these because I didn't have these in other relationships. And then I've seen you with all of these, you've put them into play. And I always feel fulfilled in our relationship because I noticed many of these were missing in other relationships.
Yes.
Okay, that's why I brought this up. Okay,
I like number 9.
number 9.
Are you guys ready for this one? This is a big deal. Mighty Paul, look up. I see you there. Number 9, be playful. Oh, it's so much fun.
You gotta
Phoenix is
have
like,
fun.
yeah. Suppose like, okay, yeah. The need to have fun and not taking yourself too seriously. That's so true. You got to be playful because if you're not playful in your relationship, you're so serious.
It's,
Oh.
yeah, you're like the Bushes,
Oh.
right? I bet you have Barbara and
Mm.
George Bush. Yeah,
Don't
no,
even get me started on the bushes.
you know, shh. Well, trim that or wax it or whatever it is. Okay, number 10, we're halfway there. We're halfway there. Here it is. Number 10 is
Treat him to romantic gestures. The need to feel love through actions and wooing him. Oh, yes, that's so true.
right,
Yes,
right, and we do this often. Like we have date nights,
we do.
you know, and she says we need a date night. I love when she says we need a date night. It's just us. Let's put our phones away. It's not just me saying it. She does it. So all of a sudden I feel like I'm needed. I'm wanted. I'm desired.
But you are, baby.
I get it, but these gestures are important. Okay.
They are
Again,
important.
this is what we need, us guys.
Yes.
How about you on this one?
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
one-sided.
That's
Okay.
great,
All right. Next one.
Number 11, take an interest in his hobbies. The need to share his passions with you and satisfy it by asking plenty of questions and spending time with him. You know, hobbies, some guys have, okay, let's face it, some people have weird ass hobbies. It's
Yeah.
just like weird, like collecting hobbits and shit like that. But you know what? We can take interest. We might not want to do those hobbies, but we can take interest in
But
those
asking
hobbies.
questions.
And asking questions, yeah, that's really
So
important.
you always ask me as I do something, it's an editing of a file or doing something, you go, oh, tell me more. And I know you don't care. I know you don't. But you ask at least 3 or 4 questions to make me feel like, oh, I could brag about it or I can talk about it.
But you know, I'm kind of glad I do because every time I now understand you even better. And even though some of those nerdy research things you do are totally boring to me, I like the information you get out of it. So
I like to find really cool tools for Chrome. I'm just saying, okay.
Like, look at this new plugin
and
that I
I-
downloaded
and
and
I
it
just
allows
hope-
you to record the internet.
I told Phoenix this one yesterday. I found a cool plugin. Oh, Justin, you're going to hate me saying this one. It gets over all paywalls. It literally, like the Wall Street Journal.
Netflix for free.
No, he's not Netflix. He's on Amazon. He doesn't care.
Amazon for free.
No, but literally, Amazon.
I'm
if you go-
ad-based now. You still gotta watch my ads.
Yeah, he's ad-based. He's IMDb TV.
Smart, smart.
So if you go to Wall Street
Can I
Journal,
get that?
yeah,
I get that.
it's called Hover. It's awesome. It's a plugin, but all paywalls go away. I don't know how it does it. It's pretty seriously bad. Sandy's got a paywall on her site because you better test it on mine. I haven't tested it yet, but that's a hobby of mine. All right,
You
ready?
tested
Next
it in the
one.
United States.
I have not, but I'm on a VPN all the time.
So it's like we're there.
Yeah. Okay, ready? Next one. Number 12.
Number 12, accept him for who he is, to be able to be 100% himself, decreasing judgment and criticism. Okay, this one actually, I'm really glad you mentioned this because this one's really important. So many people, it's not just men or women or masculine and feminine, this is people, do not accept their partner for who they are. So they get all butthurt and uptight if stuff from their past comes up or they do something that's annoying. You knew about that when you got in the relationship and chose to be with them. So why is it pissing you off 3 or 4 or 20 years later? Like, get over it. And the worst thing is, we know someone whose name we shall not name, but their partner gets pissed off because of their dreams.
Literally waking up going, oh, let me tell you what I dreamt of. And they get mad for the whole day going, I can't believe you dreamt that. He goes, it's a dream. It's not even real. And now they're mad at that. I know, look at Sarah, I know, what the fuck?
It
Yeah.
happens. It happens. I've heard of that a few times, actually.
So, but also past. You're not allowed to be mad at your partner's past
No,
or jealous of it. It's their past. It's part of them.
can't go back and
So
change
there's
it.
certain
Time
couples-
machine isn't available to us right now.
There's couples I know going, oh, I can't ever discuss that. I go, well, why not? Oh my God, I would be so mad. They've already done it. It happened. So I know a bunch of rock and rollers, like serious, real rock and rollers from bands like AC/DC and Pink Floyd and all that. And they go, my first relationship broke up is because they couldn't accept my past.
No,
It's who they
I
are.
mean, unless you're killing babies or something, I couldn't accept that. But aside from that, if you're being a normal person and doing things that normal people do, accept that.
No, it doesn't mean you, if they're like a nose picker or a farter in public, it doesn't mean you accept that. You're gonna have to change certain things like that. Habits should be changed, but not who they are instinctually.
Everyone wants to know what that plugin is. So the chat is going crazy right now.
Hover, Hoover. I'll show it to
Is
you
that
real quick.
Hoover?
Wait, let me show it. I'll show you real quick. It's so damn good. Here, let me share my screen. Can't believe I'm doing this. All right, so let me go to Wall Street Journal. Let's go Wall Street Journal. What? No, not Cosmic Girls. What?
What are you doing? What kind of search you got going on here?
Journal.
Did the Chinese members leave?
I have no
the-
idea what that is. No, don't even look at that.
Americans up and moved during the pandemic.
Okay, so I'm on the site here, and as you can see, I'm in the Wall Street Journal. So this thing right here popped up right here,
Woohoo, bypass paywalls.
There it
block
is.
ads.
and it's a plugin. And then so if I go into the front page of the Wall Street Journal, it's so bad. And I go into Southwest. Let's go right here. Like this would be a paywall. Like I would have to. I'm not even logged in. As you can see on the very top, it says sign in, subscribe. Look at that. Isn't that sick? All right, go ahead, Justin.
So wait, you just got the
Does
full
that-
article
does that-
without
does
me?
that- does that work on DuckDuckGo?
Ken, isn't that just a free article?
No, it goes into everything.
So use that.
Okay, sorry. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about here. Don't pay attention to that. Damn, all right, move on, moving on.
Accepting his nerdy hobbies.
Okay, next is another accept,
Okay, accept and free. We did that
Yeah.
already. Number 13. Oh, this one's so important.
for
Okay.
guys especially.
Stick to your word.
Now explain that, please, because you guys break this all the time.
What are you talking about?
I'll be done by 8:30.
Technically, it's not our word, it's an estimate. Women give estimates on time. They don't need to stick to estimates because it's an estimate.
All right.
Would you not agree, Phoenix, Selyvia, Aradna? Who else is on this call?
Yeah, okay.
Estimates.
But sticking to your word
Mhm.
because he needs the car. I'll call you when I get in the car. I'll
Yes.
let you, those things are so let me tell you, I have a relationship, not a romantic one with my daughter, but I have a very good relationship. And my daughter has not stuck to her word about contacting me. And it's driving me
No.
crazy right now, right?
Yeah, that's no brainer.
So
Gotta work on
in that
16.
relationship, stick to what you say,
Mhm.
because being dependable and trustworthy is so important, because if it's the right relationship, you're not just my best partner and best friend, you're the one I rely on,
Mhm.
and vice versa. So
Yeah, so ultimately you gotta think of it like this. If you were driving down the road and your vehicle broke down in an area where the hills have eyes and people could come out and kill you, do you feel that you could reliably contact your partner and have them rescue you?
yeah,
If the
espe-
answer is no, you need to change something. in
yeah,
your
but
relationship.
didn't he have no coverage in that movie?
Doesn't matter. The partner should be like, they said they would be home at 9 and it is 9:03.
Yeah, but they went the wrong way in The Hills Have Eyes.
That's
They
the
would never
problem.
be found.
Then you must know your partner well enough to know that they're so dumb, they
Oh.
probably don't have good GPS in their
Oh,
head and they're
okay,
gonna go
okay.
the wrong way. And then you gotta like, where are they headed? And then go the opposite to find them. And there's a whole
Did
lot
you see
into that.
part 2? It was really bad.
Right? That one
Yeah.
freaked me out. The Hills Have Eyes.
No, Jeepers Creepers, the first
Oh,
one.
Jeepers
scared.
Creepers
That
was-
was the one. Oh, that truck. Oh, that was scary. Okay, number 14.
Encourage his ambition.
This is what men want,
Yeah.
guys. This is what we need, right?
Even if you think that they're a bit flaky, the ambitions, you still gotta encourage it.
I want to become the best foosball player at the nursing home. Yes,
You
right?
actually probably would be.
Right, but
With
you
all
would
those
encourage me.
arthritic fingers would have a hard time with the little.
That's where I go to get championships, right? Good nursing home.
Technically, you're old enough to get into the
I
nursing
could
home.
actually get a visa for Indonesia under the retirement visa. I just turned 55. you know.
And he could live in my mom's retirement.
I
community.
can.
Yeah.
That cracked me up too. I'm so damn old. All right, encourages ambitions. Number 15,
Be his partner.
read that.
The need to feel like he's in a complete partnership and satisfy it by being more than just a girlfriend, wife, or feminine.
Yep, right. Be a partner. Really be a partner. Be there to listen. All the stuff that a real partner is, right?
I mean, really, it's that companion that you need.
Okay, number 16, I did not have in my last relationship.
Be willing to communicate and compromise. The need to be able to resolve problems and satisfy it by avoiding destructive arguments.
You've had this too, by the way.
Ooh,
But you had to
yeah.
grow up because you had in past relationships, you weren't able to do all these things, right?
Oh, not at all. I was not even able to communicate and compromise. What's that?
Okay, my biggest problem in my last relationship was it wasn't compromise. It's like, I'm leaving.
The
Goodbye.
threats, the
It was
threats.
the threats over and over again, which made it to where if there was an issue, it's like I couldn't even bring it up because I'm afraid that that person's going to walk out.
Or
So
threaten.
I always felt like I could never have closure on the issues or begin a situation to correct something. It's like, oh, now,
But it goes deeper than that. The reason you had that issue is because the partner that you had had no communication skills whatsoever. I mean, really, really bad.
Really?
So in order to really, really bad. So in order to even come to some sort of communication gateway and have a bypass, they didn't even understand what the hell was going
Okay,
on.
I'm not gonna call
The
her or communicate with her.
I didn't
I'm
say
not,
that.
I'm
I'm
not.
just saying communication was an issue. So it goes both ways. If you are in a relationship and you need to communicate with your partner, you have to be open to hearing what they have to say, seeing where they're coming from, and not putting your ideas or opinions onto what they're saying without truly understanding all the different facets of what they're saying. Once you understand that, then they have to be open to hearing your side as well. So you can then come to some sort of mutual agreement or make a decision and go from there.
But here's the challenge. Since us guys have different communication capabilities,
different.
I'm not some skills, but capability than women. Most of us guys in a tense situation want to resolve.
So guys
now.
are fixers. Guys are
Now.
totally fixers. They
Like-
want to fix it.
And now is not in your mind. It's like, all right, let me
Well-
clear my head so I could actually help fix it. But right now I am not in a fixing position.
So women are emotional creatures, and the emotion, or the feminine, sorry, will pull into all that emotion and get them all worked up. So they need to really process the way they're feeling so that they don't say the wrong thing. So when the guy's trying to fix, and the feminine is trying to just feel through it, and is this really what I'm feeling? And am I more upset at you, or is it myself, or did my friend say something that pissed me off? And she's going in that whirlwind, and you're like, then what's going to happen is she's going to just try to react to shut you up and say something that wasn't really meant to be said, or
Top
not even
secret's one that gets
true.
the job thereafter.
Okay, Mighty Paul.
Who said that?
Gives good advice in that regard. Mark
Wait,
Goldston.
somebody, we had two people speak, and I couldn't see who it was.
What were you saying, Ellen?
Mark Goldston, the Dr. Goldston is very insightful in terms of communicating and listening and not interrupting, and which I tend to spout and interrupt with,
Mark has worked on that.
Yeah.
You know, that's his, most of us guys, that's not something that, it's like batteries not included, okay? That's just not included with us guys right away, okay? But once we got them, we're good.
But it's not just listening. It's understanding the way the feminine and the masculine think are completely different. So you can listen, Alan, and not understand the words coming out of her mouth. This happens all of the time. So the way that the feminine brain thinks might be so different from what you're interpreting, that you're listening and you go, okay, I hear it, you're thinking this. And she's like, no. And you'll know when you're not understanding, when she goes, you didn't hear what I said at all. So when a feminine or a woman says, you didn't hear what I said, that means you really don't understand. So you might have
Right.
heard it and you're going, I heard, and then your response will be, I heard you, I did hear what you said. And you're coming back with something that's not a translation of what she actually said. So that's where you get communication conflicts, because the feminine and the masculine communicate so vastly different that one thinks he hears it and one says you didn't hear it, when she really means you don't understand me. But communication for people is difficult, and they don't know how to say, no, you're not understanding what I'm saying. They'll say, you didn't hear me. Aren't you listening to me? Which to you is duh, because guys are more simple, right? So I literally, I heard you, and stupid what you're saying. And she's
Was
getting
that
pissed
your
off.
impression of a guy?
Yeah, because guys are very simple and straightforward. And ladies, this goes the same. So when a man says something, he means it. So if he says to you, you pissed me off earlier because you disrespected me, he's not saying, I felt really hurt by what you said. That's not what he's saying. He's saying you pissed him off. He feels really angry and he wants to punch you right now because you did something that hurt his interior level of respect. You disrespect him. That's exactly what he's saying. But women hear, oh, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. No, my feelings are fine. I feel great right now. I'm livid at you right now and you disrespected me. So ladies have to take what they're saying literally. But guys, don't ever take what a lady says literally. Because literally she's talking about her feelings. All right, unless she's educated and trained in this conversation to know to speak to you literally. So I now, instead of saying, oh, can you hurt my feelings when you did that? I say, dude, you disrespected the shit out of me on camera. You threw me under the bus and you made me look like an asshole. I say it straight. That's literal and not, you hurt my feelings when you said that. that simple.
But it took time for her to get there.
Yeah.
And it's really worked since then too.
But that's annoying when the guy doesn't know that they threw you under the bus and they're really asking you what happened because you could tell the mood changed and you answer with that stupid nothing.
Oh, women do that, but
Oh,
that's part of
they
the
did nothing.
communication. You, as a female, we can't just, no, it's fine, nothing, and then mope and pout.
And then it gets worse.
And withhold sex, that shit doesn't work. Just tell them right then and there, you threw me under the bus, here's what you did. I didn't like it, it made me feel really bad, and it made me not trust you.
Mhm. Number 17.
Make honesty a top priority. The need to feel secure and safe, always being truthful.
Okay, let me challenge, not in a negative way, but let me take it to another level.
Okay, go.
What's my password on my phone? You know it, right?
I do know it.
Do I know yours?
It's my face. I just look, oh, it's open.
So I notice so many couples where they go, no, I don't know his Facebook or his,
yeah.
or whatever, or he keeps his phone upside down all the time.
Yeah, or do this when they're messaging.
Yeah, and same thing with the girl. When a guy sees a girl do this, first, I always want to, who are you texting? Not because I'm nosy. It's like, oh, by the way, you're texting them, tell them this and this. It's almost like I want you to add something to whatever you're saying. It's not that I'm nosy. And I love that you tell me. But when I had like my ex, I go, who are you texting? She goes, that's my business. It's like, oh, why? I mean, what's going on? I thought we're in this together. So
Unless it's a surprise party, then you better get really creative.
yeah, right. If it's something that is a surprise, going, you know what? I can't tell you right now, but I promise you later on you'll
Yeah,
understand.
and then you can't do that around his birthday either, because then they're like, oh, they're planning a surprise party, and you're just trying to make dinner reservations. Ugh, doesn't work.
My wife, with her clients, she has a screen on the screen that you can't see it if you look and look right at
Yeah,
it.
but that's her clients, but it's you, Alan. I'm saying you're different, right? Unless it's like, there are certain things with her friends, I promise I will never, ever ask, because that's her privacy area, and I get it, and I want to be respectful of that, right? So I won't ever, it's the same thing with me. If I go, I can't tell you about it right now, because you might know the guy, and she's got it. But we preface that right away. But
Yep.
honesty is total trust.
Or I'll say, like, my friend needs some girl time right now. You can't hear it. It's girl talk.
And I get it, done, not a problem. But then I hear Ken. No, no.
But at the same time, he is not looking at my phone messages
No.
ever. Even if my phone's right in front of him, I'll have my phone like this right in front of him. He won't even read it. It's like I see his phone, but I don't actually, like, my brain isn't reading what's on his phone because I don't care. He's going to tell me if it's important. And there's stuff that people have going on, but I also know I have access to it. But because I have access to it, I have no interest in ever looking at his phone.
Ever. All right, we're almost done, guys. Let's go to number 18. Kind of goes back to another one earlier.
Yes.
Okay, but this goes
Oh,
to
this
you.
is so important.
This goes to you.
Yeah. Maintain your independence.
This is going to the woman.
The need is to
The
keep
feminine.
the attraction, and you satisfy it by having your own life. Mhm.
So you know those relationships where literally she's always on his arm or her, right? The feminine is always
Yeah.
like there. That's it. And they go, come on, give him some space.
Yep.
You know, let him have that. And by the way, you go do something great. You know, make sure. And what I love about our relationship is we have our different rooms, or like she's in her
Like
room
6
working.
of them here. It's great. One for you, 3 for me.
She goes in her room and she works on her project, and then we come back and we talk about what's going on. And it's not like I mean, I'd love to be able to help her out, but I only help her out when you ask for help. It's not like I'm diving and going, let me do this, because I want you to have your success on your own project, because then we celebrate it together.
Mhm.
But I know so many guys that want to butt in, say, let me take control, let me make sure you're not going to mess up anymore.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
also shows lack of trust, because
Yeah.
they don't trust that you're not going to mess up. They don't trust that you're not.
Well, it
gonna
also
blow
shows
up.
that man, for some reason, can't be satisfied with his own personal success and allow her to have it
But
too.
it doesn't even matter if it's a man or a woman, this is any relationship. In your relationship, you need to have your own independence, because that's where you find your level of growth. If you're completely codependent on the other person, first of all, one might grow and then outgrow the other, and then the other doesn't know what the hell happened, got hit in the face with a breakup or a divorce or whatever. And if you don't have an opportunity to grow, how do you become a
Okay.
better, stronger, more satisfied person?
We got a
You
few
don't.
more before we run out of time. This one's, I wanted to stress this one is not just sexual.
Mhm.
Okay, this is, because I know we have very curious people in our group. and they are in great relationships.
Yep.
The only ones that are not great, and people are going to go, oh no, I'll prove you wrong. I have never seen a polyamorous relationship that went long distance.
Yeah.
I've seen polyamorous relationships when they're in their 60s and 70s. That actually has worked, but
Yeah,
not
because then they're like,
between.
I'm tired of his old ball sack. I need a new one. Like, yeah, he's just there. He's not going to go anywhere for another 3 weeks till his heart medication gets
But
out.
number 19 is always be faithful. Meaning,
Always be faithful.
and faithful means
That includes loyalty.
that's it. You are there for the long run. You are there no matter what. Now, if you're curious as a relationship, that's understandable. But faithful means you're coming back. There's this one song, Save the Last Dance for Me. Do you remember that song? Save the last dance for me. Meaning you're
Yes.
always going to, no matter
Not when
what.
you sing it, though. Who sang that again?
I think it was the Everly Brothers movie.
Oh, darling, save the last. Tom Jones.
No,
I
it
mean,
was
I'm sorry,
Tom Jones.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
No, was it really?
It is.
Oh, darling,
Engelbert
save the
Humperdinck.
last dance.
Engelbert
No,
Humperdinck.
No, it's not Engelbert.
I'll,
You can
I'll,
dance.
I'll bet a falafel.
Every dance with the guy that gives you the eye, let him hold you tight. No, that's not
Is that
Engelbert.
guy still alive?
You are messing with Casey Kasem.
Are you serious? It's Engelbert Humperdinck?
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Damn, I would not expect that. I would go to a concert just to hear him sing that one song. And I know he puts a big sock in his pants.
All right.
We have 2 more. You ready? 20, number 20.
Make him feel like a priority. The need to feel valued and satisfy it by being considerate of his needs. That's so true. Make him feel like a priority.
I believe that you make me the center of the universe.
I do.
Now, is that true? I have no idea, but I feel that.
Good. See, it's working.
And I couldn't come up with 22. I actually came up with 20 and then the last one. Go ahead.
Call him out when he's wrong to keep him. Sorry, that's laughable.
You don't think it's
It's okay. Then
what? By the way, I stopped at 20 and then that one goes, oh yeah, you gotta
the
have
need
some
to keep
power.
him grounded and being firm but fair. It's true. You gotta call him
Can I tell you where you do it for me?
when you pack the car.
Yeah, that's
Ken
exactly.
goes, it's never gonna fit. It's never gonna fit. I'm like, Ken, you're not good at packing.
I'm not good at packing, not at all.
Let me show you that it's gonna fit.
I
And
look,
then 50% of what he would have fit in, I fit 300% of that in.
so many of you don't know this, that we are literally living out of 4 suitcases, 4 very big suitcases, by the way, right?
You're never gonna fit.
And when Sandy had all the stuff out on the bed in the room, I go, there is no way we're gonna be able to take that. It's impossible. I mean, seriously, NASA engineers could not make this work. And sure enough, we had more than
And
enough
there was
room.
room to spare. Yeah, no, my favorite was when we were moving from LA to put our stuff in storage, and I had to take all of our house plants from our house and move. Now, if any,
These
for
are
those of you
massive
who have been
plants.
to our house in LA, it's a 4-story house built into a mountain with so many plants that it looked like a jungle.
We had one plant that was 2 stories tall,
It was 2 stories, yeah.
okay?
So I was able to fit all of them into a miniature SUV Jaguar and drive them to Vegas. And Ken was like, there's no
Guys,
way.
it's like those
No
inflatable
way.
rafts are like this big, right? And and they're huge. That's what she did with these plants. They
I
all,
made him go,
I have no idea to this day how, and I drove that car with a plant in my ear, one up my ass. I mean, they're everywhere. But yes, you called me out, but you also called me out when because I have no fashion statement. Come on, there's nothing. Ken, that doesn't match. Ken, you look ridiculous.
well, no, I don't have
Ken,
to say that anymore because I just threw away all the
You
clothes.
did. All that's gone. Or
But I had permission to do it because he trusted me.
or you were wrong in how you said that. You offended them.
That's
Or
true.
you're better than that. The other day you actually said, get that shit off your Instagram, is what you said.
I did because Ken had made a commitment to someone.
I posted that before they made a commitment.
Okay, well, there was still a commitment made and something still ended up where it shouldn't have been. So I called him out on it and told him to get the shit off his Instagram.
You did. And I
Those
actually
were the
totally
exact
forgot
words.
it. I totally
Get
forgot.
that shit off your Instagram now. 3 exclamation points. And it worked.
So all these things, when I put, do you agree with all of them?
Yeah. Good job, baby. I'm so proud of you. You do it such
This
a
is
good
one. See what
job.
she's doing?
You so well.
See, that's
You
number
do
7
so
right
well.
now. She's doing number 7, right? So all of those things,
And like number 3, because
right? She's touching me right now. You see all of these things she's doing because that's all I did. I'm thinking about this is what I need. I need all of those things. There's what you do, and I feel fulfilled.
Okay, ladies, I have a way to tell if your man or your masculine is happy
Oh,
and content. This
Oh.
is crazy.
Oh.
Guys, I'm gonna give your tell away to all the
I
women
know
on
what
this
it
call.
is. It's a wag.
They wag.
Like dogs wag their tails.
Sequoia, think about a phoenix wags.
Yeah.
Does he wag? Yep, they wag. They can wag their butts, their shoulders,
We-
their pecs.
We do
Whatever this
stuff.
motion is, that means that they're happy.
Guys have a tell on when they're
Justin's laughing
happy.
because he knows it's true.
It's-
Christopher knows it's true. Mighty Paul, I know you wag too. I've seen it.
Oh, by the way, Christopher, the mall is really excited about this Christmas because they say you'll be ready by then with that beard.
I'm working on the Sean Connery pointed beard. I'll be ready for it then.
Have you ever seen Grandpa Santa Claus, or what's his name? Cool Santa?
Oh, Fashion Santa.
Fashion Santa. Have you ever seen him?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him on metal,
On
by the way.
Instagram. His name is Fashion Santa, I believe.
I'm
Fashion
trying, he's out of
Santa.
Canada. I'm trying to, let me see if I can
He's
get him.
awesome. He looks so good.
Let's see, Insta. I'm trying to get him on metal right now. He's out of Canada. I think he's available. We're gonna get him around September.
It's Fashion Santa. That's his name.
Yeah,
Fashion
I'm gonna show him.
Santa.
There
I
he is.
didn't realize my beard was so white until I grew it out. So,
It looks
It
awesome.
is really white.
yeah.
Check out this dude.
This guy is so funny.
Look at this
Look at that
guy.
one. Look at that make a beard.
Oh, he's cool.
Look at him. He's so cool.
Isn't he
Fashion
awesome?
Santa.
Fashion Santa. Look how
Yeah.
cool he is.
I mean, he
Right?
looks cool in all of his pictures.
Just a cool dude. So I'm working on getting him as a speaker.
Yep.
All right, that's our list. Is there anything you want to add to the list that I put together? Any other suggestions? Christopher, is there anything else you need to feel like you're in a positive moving forward relationship? Anything I may have forgot?
Yeah, I just need the loyalty. You know, I mean.
Loyalty was one. That's right. One of the most important ones, loyalty. But what's that mean? Define loyalty in what way?
Well, I mean, like, just making sure that somebody has my back 100%. You know, I could be totally wrong, but if we're out in public, you know, I got loyalty and, you know, there's reliance there. But then when they get me aside in private, you know, they break it down and say, hey, you know, you might have wanted to think about doing it this way, or, you know, you might have wanted to consider this alternative. But that upfront loyalty is what's critical to me.
Yeah.
So what I found about loyalty between men and women is women can be loyal, but we're not really programmed to be.
What's that mean?
So women are programmed to change and switch upon their survival needs. So that's why a woman can break up with a guy and 3 seconds later date someone else and be fine with it. And the guy's like, oh my God, we were together for 6 years and she's dating someone else and it's
Just like
3
that.
days.
Yeah,
So-
I always kind of equate it to, you know, in the Godfather movie, the Fredo character. You don't go against the family, you know.
Yeah.
You take on a long boat ride.
Exactly. So for women to actively be loyal and show it every single day in the way they speak and communicate with their men is a really big deal.
Yeah.
But it's given in return. Men are, I mean, unless they're cheating, usually men cheat because they're not getting what they need from the relationship.
And it's not necessarily sex, by the way.
It's not, no,
it's-
it's usually actually not sex.
No, it's
So-
appreciation.
It's appreciation, it's loyalty,
Yep.
it's a bunch of other
Yeah.
things.
How about you,
So-
Justin? What's a mandatory thing that you require from the relationship to feel fulfilled?
I mean, that appreciation is the top one that I feel like I need to be worked on right
Mhm.
now. It's a big one, and it's something
love it.
after a decade
Hey-
plus. It's tough to maintain.
It is. I agree. Justin, right after this, I'm going to call you for 2 minutes right after this, okay?
Okay.
For 2 minutes.
And Justin, we appreciate that you've always been so loving and kind with us, even though you've hit cool factors that are like,
Yeah, he's got some serious cool factors.
but his loyalty is always there. So he's always been amazing middle member. Thank you for
Guys,
that.
and I met him on a hike. Yeah, I met him on a hike. So
About
hey,
soul
that's,
gazing.
what was that, Ellen?
How about soul gazing? To be
Oh,
able to
yeah.
spend time eye to eye and be there.
Well, let me ask, is that something you desire? Is that important? Not, so you want your partner to be able to soul gaze.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. All right. If Phoenix and Sequoia, I want you guys to go get a room.
What do you think, Phoenix? Sequoia, you two have been laughing and making faces this whole time. We want to hear your thoughts.
Well, I did have one thing you didn't mention, but it has to do with the touch. But for me, it was how we met, which was in dance. So we still dance together all the time. And
Oh,
it's
I can't
morning,
dance. I
we
can't
do like
dance.
contact improv. So it's like kind of like yoga. So like partner stretching and that kind
Oh,
of
I
stuff.
love that. You should teach Ken how to dance.
I can't dance, guys. I'm
Oh, I
serious.
could teach you, brother. It's great.
Yeah.
I
I'll
feel
teach you what
rhythm.
Bali.
Yeah.
You need rhythm. Yeah, get your asses over here, will you? Guys, get to Bali. Bali's ready to go. Go in Mighty Paul's luggage. He'll be coming out here soon, right, Mighty Paul?
Yes.
There's no wrong
as
moving
long,
gas.
as
and
long as
dancing.
you're deflatable, I'll gladly pack you.
And in case no one noticed, Mighty Paul is wagging right now. when that
Yes.
was said.
All right, guys, we are going to get out of here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for hanging. Bye.